What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. This is my buddy Prince. First of all, I'm going to start this video about Aaron Rodgers. All right, we'll see you later. So the first thing I want to say is that this is a facts-only based video. It's not telling you how to feel about it. It's just based on reality of what actually happened. And then third thing is, you don't have to agree with me. So if you feel so inclined, put your comments below. But I wanted to start off this video about Aaron Rodgers, the vaccination thing, because it started a whole big debate. So I think the natural thing to do, or the easiest thing to do to kind of be a culmination of everything that's happened, is his recent interview on the Pat McAfee show. So Aaron Rodgers went on there, he said some things, and I want to break down his thoughts on there, just a snippet of that video, and sort of sift through the facts, what's fiction, and then kind of give some thoughts on that, just a final wrap-up of it. Obviously, this video is being made before the Packers play the Chiefs, so some things might be coming out by the time you watch this video, but such is life.
Aaron, you said you like to learn as many things as you can and hang in any conversation. Are you vaccinated, and what's your stance on vaccinations?
Yeah, I've been immunized.
First of all, I didn't lie in the initial press conference. And at the time, my plan was to say that I've been immunized. It wasn't some sort of ruse or lie. It was the truth.
Okay, so the first thing that Aaron says in this video clip is that he didn't lie about his vaccination status. He said he was immunized. Okay, maybe not a true lie. My cat is going crazy. Maybe not a true lie about his status. So we're skirting around the issue. We know, Aaron, we know exactly what you're trying to do. You are a smart guy, but I think that comes off as a little bit manipulative. It's deceitful, and honestly, just kind of classic Aaron Rodgers. If you don't like him, that's one more reason to not like him. He may not have officially technically lied, but I think we all know the difference between telling the truth and avoiding telling those other facts. So that's point number one I wanted to make.
I believe strongly in bodily autonomy and the ability to make choices for your body, not to have to acquiesce to some woke culture or crazed, group of individuals who say you have to do something. Health is not a one-size-fits-all for everybody.
Hey, I am fully on board with that. That's one thing in this video I agree with. Now, that also brings up a larger question. I can get on a whole sidebar about that, and that is, your right to choose what happens with your body. Okay, well, that's a fair point. I think most of us can agree that's a very good thing, and you should be able to control what happens with your body. But if you agree with Aaron Rodgers and everything he's said about the vaccines and his decision not to get vaccinated, but you don't agree with being pro-choice, then I think there's going to be a lot of angry people out there, and you're probably a little bit hypocritical as well. So women have been fighting for decades, if not centuries, for the right to govern their own bodies, and then you have people coming out and making these statements that Aaron Rodgers made, and it probably makes them feel like crap too, because, hey, one popular guy says something about his right to what happens with his body, and hey, then everyone seems to side with that, but apparently no one thinks Planned Parenthood is a good thing? Okay, makes sense. So just something I wanted to bring up on a sidebar about Aaron Rodgers saying he wants control over his body. So agree with you there, Aaron.
It was not, again, something that the league didn't know about. The league was fully aware of it upon my return to the Packers, and it was at that point that I petitioned them to accept my immunization status.
So the next thing that Aaron says is that he followed the protocol of his own doctors. He didn't want to get the vaccines. There was 2 of them that had the mRNA. There's something in there that he has some sort of adverse reaction to if he were to take it. That's fine. Then the J&J vaccine with the pausing of production of it. Okay, I can understand that take as well. But if you didn't go to the NFL and say, all right, here's what I'm doing, and be very clear about that, then don't you think they're going to come back later, like they did, and say, all right, well, we clearly didn't understand what's going on with that. Because now the NFL's investigating the Packers, they're investigating Aaron Rodgers and that whole situation. So I think some wires got crossed there, which makes the NFL look bad, and makes Aaron look bad again. So that's another point that I want to make. So we'll go on to now point number 4.
I consulted with a now good friend of mine, Joe Rogan, after he got COVID, and I've been doing a lot of the stuff that he recommended in his podcasts and, on the phone to me, and I'm going to have the best immunity possible now.
Now, if you know anything about Joe Rogan, maybe you know him from Fear Factor, or maybe you know him from the UFC, his podcast, whatever. No matter how you feel about him, whether you agree with him or disagree with him, we can all agree that this guy is polarizing. Now, Joe Rogan, I'm not going to go into making fun of Joe Rogan because, hey, this guy had COVID. It's not a joke. So, good thing it seems like he must be all right. So I haven't heard anything about it. But Joe Rogan is a controversial kind of guy. Now, if Aaron is going to say that he doesn't agree with getting the vaccine for his various health reasons, that's fine. But then to turn around and say, I'm going to take my medical advice from Joe Rogan. Okay, so you don't trust the science, the doctors, whatever else. They've said not to get the vaccine, but then you're going to take Joe Rogan's advice, who's not a doctor, obviously, and go your own way with it. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. The guy, Aaron Rodgers, is a smart guy. I don't think there's any debating that. But what are you doing taking advice from Joe Rogan? I don't get it. I just don't understand that one. So I can't wrap my mind around that one. And these are just some thoughts that are on my mind. And again, facts only. These are these things that actually happened. And I'm not there's no spin here. There's no, I might be throwing a little bit of my thoughts on there, but that's the point of the video. But also, just to bring you the facts of what's going on. You can make your own opinions about it. But Aaron Rodgers to say these things and then to come around and kind of just be a little bit shady about whether he got a vaccine or not. I don't understand why that was necessary. Okay, now you have this distraction with the Packers. So what happens with the rest of the season? If this story is going to follow him around, does he recover from COVID? Hopefully he does at his full strength. But now you have this whole story that's come out. Packers are trying to play the Chiefs. Got Jordan Love, who, he hasn't played since the preseason. Don't really think he's that good. But this is just an unnecessary distraction. The NFL has rules, first of all. So if the NFL has rules, like any job, if there are rules, you have to follow those rules if you want to stay employed. So whether you disagree with those rules or not, that's fine. But if you can't work with them to come to an agreement on what that alternative method is so you can stay employed, there's a problem. So either my guess, and this is the only part that's not necessarily a fact because I don't know, but Aaron Rodgers must have gone, to the NFL, talked to them about his vaccination status, didn't agree with what they had to say, decided to go and do his own thing, and this just, I think, speaks to a little bit of the arrogance of Aaron Rodgers. Another point is, do his teammates, are they on board with this? Did they know this was going to happen during the season? Or before the season? Was he not going to get vaccinated? When did they know? Did they just find out the same time that we all did? I think that's another unanswered question that we need to know. It could really have all been avoided if either he had just gotten vaccinated, which doesn't sound like that was an option for him, or if he really came out and said, here's the issue that I'm having. The NFL doesn't want to play the season without their reigning MVP. Let's just be real. If Aaron Rodgers had come out and said this publicly about what's going on with his health, I really think people would have sided more with him. But all right, well, hey, I am a Packer fan, so go Pack Go, but Aaron, you're kind of rubbing me the wrong way. That's all I have for you. Do your thing at the end of the video. You know what to do. All right, see you next time.